The beauty of the presence process is that it paves the way for us to return to our authentic state in a manner that requires no artificial instruments or external activities, no elaborate ceremonies, rituals, dogmas, or beliefs. It only requires a conscious and disciplined use of attention and intention. Entering this process, experientially, and for many of us, repeating it about 3 times, gradually activates the capacity we all have in common, enabling us to accumulate an awareness of presence and the subsequent radiance of present moment awareness. This can now be accomplished safely within the structure of our mundane experience, no matter where or how we are placed in this fast-paced, complex world. It doesn't, on any level, require a departure from where destiny has us right now. The present process also introduces us to a concept that's foreign to the world, to the world of changing conditions, which is that presence knows no order of difficulty. Presence knows no order of difficulty. By this I mean that presence has the miraculous capacity to manifest in our daily experience the exact circumstances required to integrate the dysfunction that currently prevents us from experiencing present moment awareness. Just on a side note, this line, this thing that the presence will meet you where your triggers are, will show it to you exactly where we are. We can think that it's like a whole magic, like this process is all mystical, or like when people start with medicines, one of the lines I read there was, the medicine only brings you where you are ready to go. It's like this medicine has this like special power, and he looks at you where you're ready to go and he brings you there. But in a simple way, what is presence? If you are aware, then you will see what's coming up to you, where you are. Okay, let's stick to the book. Like many of you who are now drawn to this text, I too initially entered this adventure because of symptomatic discomfort. My suffering caused me to turn inward in search of what was causing my distress. I have personally witnessed this process impact symptomatic conditions within myself and others. Conditions such as depression, phobias, drugs and alcohol addiction, grief, anger, fear, allergies, lack, and many other external indicators of internal discomfort. It impacted a lot of stuff and many other external indicators of internal discomfort. It also supports the repair of physical injuries, enhances supporting and creative abilities, and enlivens practices from yoga to meditation. This process demonstrates that it's our deeply suppressed emotional imprints that unconsciously distract us from an awareness of the present. It's the confused mental states that arise from these unintegrated emotions that lead to the physical manifestations of discomfort that becomes symptoms of diseases. So I guess before it was symptomatic, okay? In essence, the presence process is a practical pathway that guides us into taking responsibility for the integration of our emotional blockages. In other words, it's a way to consciously grow up. When we deliberately initiate emotional integration, we realize that the great gift of this process isn't the symptoms relief it often brings, but the capacity it endows us with to take full responsibility for determining the quality of our overall experience. Engaging intimately with presence and accumulating present moment awareness is an intensely rewarding journey that appears to know no limits. It continues today for me with the same intimate resonance as when it began through my sweat lodge and peyote experience. It activates a way of being that empowers us to respond to life instead of reacting to it. It leads us into an awareness of what we share rather than focusing on the things that cause us to experience separation. But until we consciously initiate our personal journey into present moment awareness, the experience of presence remains hidden by the mundane demands and distractions of the world. Activating an experiential awareness of presence is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. It's also a responsible way of contributing to humanity, because by entering present moment awareness, we bring the profound capacities of presence into all our interactions and activities. The presence process is an invitation to activate our shared presence, allowing it to guide us into a deepening awareness of what is. It's a gift that empowers us to transform our perception of life's possibilities. For this reason, it's recommended we not hurry through either the book or the process. We aren't well served when we are driven by desperation to finish as quickly as possible. Me personally, I'm now like a little bit hurrying. Maybe do it faster. That's a good reminder. We aren't well served when we are driven by desperation to finish as quickly as possible. Don't hurry. It isn't useful to treat this process as something we are required to get through in order to arrive somewhere else. Everything we seek has already found us and is available within us. Everything we seek has already found us and is available within us. The presence process is an opportunity to experience personal confirmation of this. And yes, I have successfully resolved the emotional state that manifested as my painful neurological ailment. I accomplished this by entering an intimate relationship with presence, and by allowing this inner knower, to take over as my guide into present moment awareness. Just allowing him to take over as the guide. This same quality is also within you. Omnipotent. This same omnipotent quality is also within you. For it's what we share, an aspect of what we are. This state of beingness is readily accessible to you. May this magical, mystical, and mysterious journey bless the quality of your entire experience as it has mine, and as it has for many who have already accepted the invitation to show up fully in their experience. In the fast-paced world of today, present moment awareness is an unknown frontier as much as it's an ever open doorway into personal liberation. Presence is our trusted guide for entry and continuance. Like you, I am a curious explorer, onward, inward, and upward. Onward, inward, and upward. Thank you for giving yourself this gift. Kindest regards, Michael. And we are starting part 1. Attuning to the process. This is page 3 of the book. Let's start. The text of this book is designed to support the experiential procedure. I should look up this word, procedure, how to say it, called the presence process. By reading this, we are gently led into this process. By just reading this, we are gently led into the process, invited to experience it, and guided into a transformed everyday life. Through experiencing presence, we become present. By completing this process, we are trained as self-facilitators of our ongoing journey into present moment awareness. We are reconnected with an aspect of our beingness that's continually available to guide us, which frees us from seeking the guidance from other sources. The presence process is a journey we take into where? Ourselves. It's a journey we take into ourselves. It takes us through forgotten memories and into unfamiliar emotional territory, which is also within ourselves. As it does so, it equips us to integrate, the suppressed fear, anger, and grief that seep into our daily experience. This emotional way may at first appear alien to us. What's happening to me? Am I becoming crazy? What are these feelings coming up? I don't even recognize them. They're so icky, so uncomfortable. But it's this forgotten, energetic landscape that reunites us with our inherent innocence, joy, and creativity. If you think you'll read a book and you do the breathings and it'll make you feel yummy, You will allow yourself to feel what you feel. Some unfamiliar emotional territory, some suppressed emotions. Even though it may appear we are taking this journey alone, we are not. Part 1 of this text assists us in realizing this, since it's written to awaken a direct relationship with presence. Not alone, just a relationship with presence. Although we may not know where we are heading right now, or how we are going to move in this direction, there is an aspect of our beingness that knows. Know because it knows everything. There's an aspect of our beingness that knows because it knows everything. It's what's inviting us to embark on this inner pathway. This presence knows what we seek and what's required to attain it. Going back, like when the medicine will only bring you to where you're ready to, there's a part of you who knows before you know. It knows everything. And it tells you, you'll see here, this part of yourself you'll see, till here you can see. And yeah, there's a part of us which knows the presence. Presence is our best friend and our closest companion, our champion and guard of honor. It carries our flag and supplies. It sends us off enthusiastically, and it's present to greet us as we access present moment awareness. Part 1 of this process, of the presence process, prepares us to be receptive to communication from presence. Through reading this text, we learn the language of authenticity, which is the language in which presence communicates. It isn't necessary to memorize any part of this written material. However, it's to our benefit to read it as often as possible, especially in quiet moments when we are feeling relaxed and receptive. It may, if at any point we feel overwhelmed, this is an indicator we should close the book and allow ourselves the space to integrate what we are reading. In this context, integration means giving ourselves the quietness and space to physically, mentally, and emotionally take in the content we are reading, along with digesting the experience this text sets in motion. So we observe the nutrition it offers. So again, reading or by you watching the video, if at any point we feel overwhelmed, it's time to close it and give ourselves time to integrate. Just quiet place, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to take in the content. And digesting the experience this text sets in motion a certain experience that's being moving around in our body and ourselves. So digesting it by sitting with it, we observe the nutrition it offers. Accordingly, let me empathize again that we aren't to hurry. It's essential we read these words carefully and allow ourselves the time required to process them, so as to be accessible to everyone. The presence process has two levels of entry: introductory and experiential. The first level is entered simply by reading the text. The second level involves an experiential procedure that gradually unfolds over a period of 10 weeks. Part 1 of this book assists us in making an informed choice as to which level is suitable for us. Part 2 aligns us with the overall intent of the presence process, opening the door and pointing the way by formulating our intent, focusing our attention, and activating our inner guidance. It readies and encourages us. Time for me to take a break. Tomorrow, as a session, we'll continue with page 5. What is present moment awareness? If you enjoy it, send it to someone that you think he might enjoy it as well. Thank you.